Hello. I have been talking to the nether worlds of the internet. I have been talking, how long have I? For 4 minutes. You guys, it's Monday. I'm not even kidding. I have just been chit chatting away with all of you, and obviously, I've been chit chatting about nothing. So we'll start again. I had all this wonderful information to share with you, and I've been calling you all by name and like all the things. Who is that? Beth. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel. No, Jen, I'm fine. I just am talking to the nobodies I was talking to you all. It just was not live. It's Monday. Okay. That's all we have to say, friends. Kelley is crazy. Rayanne! There's my friend Rayanne. Okay. I was just going to get to that. Okay. So I have a few cards to share with you first. And I've already shared these, but we got to go back because crazy Kelley can't get it together tonight. So our first one is a fun card by Jeanette, and she followed kind of the inspiration that we used when we used the picket fence, and then we spritzed all of the paper and then did our die cuts and things. And I just thought this was so dang cute. She added the little birds to it and all that good stuff. So Jeanette shared this card. And then my friend Rayanne shared these cards. She made the purple one there. The green one is from one of our design team members. And Rayanne shared this with me. And I said, Rayanne, I have to share your beautiful cards. And she is over in the chat. And then she also made this gorgeous pink version of that card, added little florals, and I love the twine. You all know that I love some twine and ribbon. I just love everything that Rayanne has done with her cards here. And I told Rayanne, I said, you have to come. You have to join our little live stream groups on Mondays and Wednesdays because we have the nicest, sweetest people. And I asked her, I was like, do you mind if I share your beautiful, the key, the button, the pearls, all the things. Rayanne, I told you, my friend, that our friends in here are awfully sweet. So I was saying before, as I was talking to the internet world by myself, that I love to see all of your cards and things. And so if you ever have a card that you want to share with me, if you will email it to me or email customer care at honeybeestamps.com, I would love to share all of your beautiful creations. And maybe we can start doing that, is taking a few little cards here and there. And I love to share everybody's beautiful creations. Okay. So the next little thing, hey, Dawn, the next little thing that I want to share is our class that is coming up. Now, a lot of you probably received the latest newsletter, and if you did not, make sure you email me and I'll send it to you. But this is the card we're going to create in a free class, okay? There's also in that email, there is a coupon code for you to use to collect, if you need to, all the little supplies to create the card shown in the pictures here. Now you'll notice that I'm providing like 2 different little samples. So you can either create just the mailbox shaped card, or you can always put that onto a 5x7 card base, as I've shown in the other photos. So totally up to you on how you want to do that. The class is March 23rd at 2 p.m. and it will be live here on YouTube, but we're going to provide you with a private link to get into the class. So it's not just going to be all the people of YouTube that can come watch it. It's only going to be all of our friends and all of us. So I am hoping that some of you can join me. Thank you. And if you need my email address, I'm going to put it up here just really fast, and then we're going to start doing some inky goodness. So my email is Kelley, Kelley at honeybeestamps.com. Or like I mentioned, you can email customer care customer care at honeybeestamps.com, and I can help you out with whatever you might need. Okay, you do not need to sign up, Tiffany. All you have to do is come join us. Even if you don't have the supplies you need, come join us, hang out. As you can see here through the chat that's going on live here, our people are the nicest people, nicest crafty people you will ever meet. They're so supportive and sweet. And as I was telling my friend Rayanne the other day, you all in the chat could be talking about bacon cookies and I'm creating a card. And it's always just so fun. We check on each other's family members. We, talk about the weather and what's going on in Washington or South Carolina or whatever. We have the best group of people. So I just want to throw that out there. Can we see the shirt? Honeybee. I'm in my cozy today. No makeup Monday, my friends. Yes, yum cookies. I know. See there? We're talking about cookies, classes, all the things. So if you do not have the class information, make sure you email me and I'll make sure that you get any information that you need. Okay. All right. Kelley's classes are the best. Thank you. Okay. So this is what we're going to do tonight. I am going to create some inky backgrounds, kind of like we did when we took the inspiration from Dawn's card. I'm going to use watercolor paper. I am going to smush some ink pads. But instead of doing like the little pounce method, I am going to take a brush and I'm going to, it's going to be a tiny bit more controlled. And then Wednesday, we're going to use embossing folders to then press in our design on our watercolor paper. And we're going to create some cards with that. Now, I also have a really fun piece of information for you. My glasses are falling down my face. Are we coming to create this year? I do not believe we're coming to create this year. Next week, Monday. Guess what Monday is, you guys? Take a guess. Honeybee has got some fun up our sleeves. Sounds like fun. I'm going to see. I'm looking here. Can we buy those shirts? We're working on creating shirts because we have had lots of requests for shirts. I tried to get a chick to create it and sold out. Said no makeup Monday. Yes, that's right. Sneak peeks. I just saw it. Missy, sneak peek starts on Monday, you guys. And let me tell you, this upcoming release is called Celebrate. And it is our birthday release. And those of you that have been Honeybee diehards for a lot of years or even just a little while, you should know, and you probably know, our birthday release is the largest shebang of the year. The largest of the year. So just get ready for it is all I'm going to say. It is amazing. It is large. It is colorful. It is, let me see here. Is it the birthday release, Lisa? I hope I'm not telling them the wrong one. This release is my favorite. Yes, it's the birthday release. I'm losing my mind because I've got two of the next releases sitting over here. And so my brain is cuckoo, cuckoo. Let's say I'm being a big tease. I am. Birthday release. Yes. Cha-ching. Okay. Yes. All right. Okay. I hope that I've given you all that. Okay. It's all the good things. Thank you, Lisa. Yes, I am a tease. I know. But Monday, you're going to start seeing the good stuff. It is so fun. And of course, we've got lovely layers. Of course, we've got layering little dies. Of course, we've got some beautiful things from Dawn Holslegel, who is over in the chat. Of course, we've got some beautiful things from Kelley Taylor, which I know you all love Kelley and Dawn. Those of you who liked our lovely layers critters, that's all I'm going to say about that. Lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff. Yes. Okay. So tonight I'm going to get inky. We're going to create, and then Wednesday night we're going to use some embossing folders, and we're going to create some cards. Okay. So here we go. Let's go down here. I've got one of those little waffle flower grip mats stuck down, and you can see that this paper, and watch, this is probably not going to stick, but we're going to try to make it stick. So it's the Nubby watercolor paper, and it's just I had some questions on what I use. I use this when I am just playing around, and let me tell you, I'm no watercolorer, but if I'm going to do die cuts and like ink smooshing and just make some backgrounds and things, don't use your super expensive like watercolor paper. Just get a pad like this that you can just cut up and, play with. Don't feel like you need like super fancy watercolor paper. Okay, so the first color combo that I am going to play with tonight is Kitsch Flamingo, Squeezed Lemonade, and Salty Ocean. Okay, and I have a little jar of clean water, and then I've got a dirty jar over here that I can kind of rinse in. I also have my little mister that we can use, and let me see, and then I have got a bunch of just yucky paint brushes. They don't have to be, because we're just going to like swirl around color. Okay, so it doesn't need to be anything like what Dawn uses when she does her really beautiful work. We don't need any fancy ones. We just need something that's going to get the job done. Now I am going to smush down on my ink mat my Kitsch Flamingo, and I'm going to make a good sized puddle of that, and that's that really fun bright pink. And then we're going to do some Squeezed Lemonade, and then I'm going to do some Salty Ocean as well, and I'm going to drop it right here. I'm sure I'll probably stick my elbow right in the middle of it, but it's all going to be okay. And then I'm going to lightly give that just a little spritz down so the paper gets a little bit moist. Okay, and then I'm going to take, I'm going to throw my brush across my desk. I'm going to just take this funky brush, and I'm going to get it nice and wet, and I'm going to give it a swirl, and then I'm just going to start messily dropping on, and there's no like rhyme or reason, so we're just going to kind of do this number and swirl it around, pick it up, swirl it around. Now I will tell you that I tried this with the few re-inkers, the little re-inkers that have the little dropper tops. I tried it with those today, and it was a hot mess. I don't know if it was because the re-inkers are so much more pigmented, but I made it a total mess. So, okay, so I've got my pink down, and obviously my little doodad is not going to hold this down, but that's okay. And now I'm going to take another brush, and I'm going to pick up yellow, and I'm just going to start swirling, and I'm going to give it some more mist there. And then, because I kind of want this to like ooze a little bit. Okay, now a thing to remember when you're playing with color, and I'm sure that Dawn and some of our nice people in the chat could tell you that there are some colors that you do not want to swirl together because they're going to make mud. Now, if you're going for browns and things like that, then, by all means, just, have fun with whatever colors you have. But if you don't want to make brown, then you kind of want to be a little more careful. So I'm going to pick up the blue, and I'm going to drop it in. Now, when these start bleeding together, and you kind of want them to bleed a little bit, when they start bleeding together, the blue and the pink are going to kind of make purple. The blue and yellow are going to make a pretty green. And you kind of want to, fuss with it just a tiny bit. But this is, and I'm just going to drop and keep adding in. Okay, now I've got that. Now I'm going to take my heat tool and I'm going to dry this down just a little bit. Yes, this is regular distress ink. This is not the oxides. The oxides, you can use oxides for projects like this. Like obviously I used it when I did my little die cuts for Dawn's inspiration card. But you're gonna get more of that chalky finish with oxides than you do with the regular good old distress ink. Okay, so there we go. And I'm going to pick up some more of the blue. I know I want more blue up in there to finish that off. More blue. More blue. We'll make some darker areas. Let's pull it up in here. Let's pull it up in here and make some more green a little bit. And then I can even go back and I'm going to make another puddle of pink. And I'm going to pick up some more pink and then we're going to make some dark spots. Now, what's so fun about this is when we start messing with our embossing folders on Wednesday, a lot of this, and it doesn't need to be perfect because a lot of it is going to end up being kind of lost in the card, if that makes sense. Okay, see, we're getting some purple and stuff right there, and we can kind of just swirl it all in there and make a really good inky mess. Just like that. Okay, so let me give this a little dry, and then I'm going to call this one all done. Let's see, I don't have a lot of regulars. I don't either, Beth. When the oxides came out, I started collecting all of them because as you guys know, I really love to ink blend like on our die cuts and things. And oxides blend so beautifully that I kind of stopped collecting the regular distress ink and then started collecting all of the oxides. And so probably I really need to go back and finish the rest of the regular distress. I just haven't done it yet. Okay, this one I'm going to call done. I'm going to set it aside and then we'll come back to that on Wednesday. Now I'm going to do a little tiny bit of cleanup here, give it an easy wipe down, and then we're ready to go again. Okay, so this time let's do some greens. So let's play with Twisted Citron. So this is going to be a perfect one, like if we want to do like a St. Patrick's Day or something like that. So we're doing Twisted Citron, Lucky Clover, and Rustic Wilderness. So again, I'm actually going to shift just a little tiny bit. I'm going to shift over right over here. That way I have more room for my inks here. Okay, so we've got Rustic Wilderness, Deep Rich Green, Lucky Clover, and good old Twisted Citron. Okie dokie. All right, now I'm going to give that a good dose that time because I didn't do it as much and I want it to run a little bit more. Okay, now this time I think I'm going to do like this number. And we're going to see kind of how it turns out. So let's get some dark going up here. Stick that in there. Let me get my brush wet. Let's pick up the Lucky Clover. And we're going to kind of start mixing it in. See, anybody, I'm telling you, if I can make this big old mess, anybody can do this. I tried to get my daughter Emily. She's on spring break this week. I tried to get her in here because she knows, like, she put all the colors together for me. I tried to get her in here to do this, and she is vegging on spring break this week. Okay, and now I'm in the Twisted Citron. So I'm just going to bring this down, pull it up into the Lucky Clover, bring it down, and then I'm going to grab this brush again, and I'm going to pick some more of this up and bring it down. And I may need to give it a little blow dry. Okay, so let's dry it, and then we'll fiddle with it a little bit more. Okay, that looks like a wicked storm over some grass. No telling, Miss Lori. But you can see that I love when you watch these break down. You can see this rustic wilderness when the pigment, you're getting a little bit of mud right here, but it's not too horrible. Okay, now let's play some more. So let me take my other little, and let's add some more of the Lucky Clover. I like that one. I didn't realize it's as teal turquoisey as it is. You can tell I don't use that one a whole lot. The Lucky Clover. Let's pull it down in here into the Twisted Citron. And you know this would probably work a lot better if I taped it down, but who's got time for tape? Right? Okay, and let's do the Rustic Wilderness again, and we're just going to kind of make a mess. I like it when it gets like bubbly looking. And one more time with the Twisted Citron. Come on. Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to mix those a little bit. Woo-wee. Let's see. All right, here we go. Okay, now you guys know that I am so OCD about some things that if I were going to use this as a background, I would probably chunk this in the trash. Don't chunk them in the trash because they're going to be embossed with embossing folders, or you can use it for die cuts or whatever. So it's going to be cool. This is a trust the process type of situation here. Okay, so we've got tie-dye looking. That does look like a tie-dye t-shirt. And then we've got green. And then let's do a little cleanup here. Yes. Don't throw anything out when you play, because like the card that we did with all the little die cuts. Man, you can die cut anything. A lot of times my, even my pattern paper, like little scraps of things, Lisa can tell you I'm a paper hoarder, like big time. I use my little scraps and things for everything. Okay, so let's do, okay, Emily picked this one. I'm not so sure about this one, but we're going to go with it. All right, Shaded Lilac, Speckled Egg, and Tattered Rose. Okay. Now let me think about this. I think we're going to be okay. So let me give that a wet down. And then let's do, let's do Tattered Rose. And I know it's going to be almost like dusty color. And then let's do our Speckled Egg. Oh, man. I'm going to have to order me another Speckled Egg. Look. And then Shaded Lilac. Ooh, baby. Okay. Now, Emily tells me this is going to work, so. All right, I'm going to mix this one up again. So I'm going to do the Dusty Rose. That one's a little bit muddy, just even by itself. Let's stretch it all the way down. Okay. Now, let's do our Speckled Egg. I want it to be drippy. And let's see what we get when we mix it. Ooh, it mixes it into like a gray. Okay. And then let's do Shaded Lilac. We may get mud. Ooh, no, that's a gray too. Okay. And then let's get some more of that good purple down in here. I don't want them to mix too much. I'm going to dry this and then add some more color. Ooh, Glenda just got Speckled Egg today. Okay, so I'll mention this about those of you about the class supplies and things. Is I always like to tell all of our friends that it's a really good time to stock up on like basics, because included in the bundle is like our glue, blending brushes, all the Distress Oxide inks. So let's say like in the class, that's really pretty and springy. I don't like my big blob that I got, but I'm digging like this color combination. So let's say in the class that I'm using Saltwater Taffy, Distress Oxide, right? Well, you can, let's say you don't need that color, but you need a red. Man, that sucker just is dying. Then you can go pick up the red, because the whole collection is included in the little bundle right now. So it's a good time to stock up on some little things if you need it. If you ever wanted to try Nina cardstock, they come in smaller packages, and you're not ordering a ream of paper. And so it's a good time if you wanted to try that, or you needed to stock up on a couple of packages of white cardstock, you could do that. And so I always like to remind everybody that, if you just need some staples in your craft room, that it's a good time to kind of grab those things. And if you're like me and go through a million blending brushes and you use them until they fall apart, then, you know, you could grab you a couple of packs. Okay, let's add a lot more of that really lilac-y color because it got a little gray when I mixed it when I mixed it with the pink. So I'm just going to kind of add some of that back in there. Okay, now let's give it a little shower. There we go. I have plastic holders for each color of my paper scraps. I need somebody to come organize my paper scraps for me again. Mine get out of control. It's probably time for me to throw a bunch away now too, again. Okay, so now this looks almost beachy, doesn't it? Like summery, beachy. I don't know. Okay. Let's see, what time are we? We're at 35. Okay, let's try one more quick one. And then I'm going to leave you guys alone for the evening. Okay, so let's try Saltwater Taffy, Abandoned Coral, and Picked Raspberry. Okay. So this one's Saltwater Taffy. That's my favorite. Let's try Abandoned Coral. It was a little bit more. And then Picked Raspberry. Woo-wee! Okay, that's some color. All right, let's get a piece of cardstock. And we'll place that down. And let's get that a little damp here. And then here we go. All right, so Saltwater Taffy. No rhyme or reason. And which one? Abandoned Coral. Let's have those two mix a little bit. I like that. Okay. And then let's do, whoo. Which one was this? Picked Raspberry. Oh, baby. She is bright. Let's let her kind of do her thing over here. Let it drip. And then let's mix right here. Ooh, that is pretty. Those two mixed together. Wow. Look at this, where those are mixing together and it tones down that Picked Raspberry right there. Oh, I love that. Okay. Keep going. Let's squish it around. Okay, I'm going to give it a little blow dry. Yeah, look right here where those two are blending together. This whole area is so pretty. You know what this would be pretty with is like seashells and like what we were talking about, using like watercolored little papers to do die cuts and things. So pretty. let's have a little bit more fun here. And I'm going to go back in and do just some darker little splotches. So we've got our Saltwater Taffy, which is that corally pink. Let's pull her all the way up into these areas. We'll cover any of that. Oh, wow. Look at that pull down in there. Okay. And then our abandoned coral. Want more water. There we go. Let's get those to blend right there. And let's pick up some more and blend it all the way kind of down in here. Let's put some down in this white space. Okay, and then let's add just a couple of dark spots of the picked raspberry. And I'm just going to kind of, let's get it good and wet. I'm just going to kind of add in some little messy spots. Okay. Let me get those to kind of run and not be so droppy, but they almost look like, what do you call that when you have that photographic effect, like the bouquet or whatever? That's almost, or bokeh or bouquet, however you want to pronounce it. It's almost kind of what it looks like when you just add little drops. Okay, I think this one is my favorite. What do you guys think? I love this one. This one is super pretty. Okay. All right. This is probably going to be the winner right there. Is this one y'all's favorite too? That's beautiful. Okay. To give y'all the colors, it is Saltwater Taffy, Abandoned Coral, and Picked Raspberry. Okay. So that's a cool one. All right. So let's look at what we have so far. So we've got the pretty pinks, pretty and pink. We'll call that one. We have this beachy looking vibe one. Doesn't it look like sand and like water? I don't know. That's what goes through my mind. We've got tie-dye, and then we've got greens. So we've got lots to choose from here for Wednesday's card. Okay. Love them all. I was afraid of Picked Raspberry. I was too, but that is, that's really pretty. And especially like, I love when they start kind of marrying together up in here. That's a really pretty color combination. And then you get the really super lights of, that's the Saltwater Taffy, like right in here. That really light coral. And then we've got, you know, some of the, what is it? Abandoned Coral is more the darker orangey. And then the Picked Raspberry. That is stunning. I really like that one. Okay. All right. So I want, who's going to try this with me? This, and then do some embossing folders. Tie-dye shirt. Yes. That's what that looks like. Let's see. I'm liking the 2-part videos. Yes. Me too. It's fun. It's fun to come back. They're cool in their own way. I'm looking forward to seeing what Kelley creates. Thank you, Krista. Okay. So you have to pick the right embossing folders. Now to pick the right embossing folders. And let me give you a tip. So I'm going to do a technique with them. And I will tell you that the more open space, the more flat space you have, the better. So use that as it wills. Okay, Miss Pamela, you are the winner tonight. Pamela Bear, you are the winner. If you will email me at Kelley, Kelley at honeybeestamps.com. I am going to send you your prize. And then also, my friends, this is the email address to email me if you need information on the March class. Okay? Question, can you tell us which embossing folders you're going to use on Wednesday? I am going to use the Dogwood Bloom one, I believe is what it's called, because it's got a lot of open space. Okay? What does the flat space mean? The flat space means, for example, on this one, see in between the design right in there where there's no design and it's just flat. This one, there's not a lot of open space. So if you can unboss these all day long and leave them like that. If you want to do the little technique-y thing, then you need open space. So that's why I'm choosing Dogwood Blooms. And here, I'm going to show you kind of where I've started working on that. Okay, do you see my trial one right here? And I'm not going to show you the whole thing. But do you see how there's a lot of open space in between the leaves and the petals and the limbs and things? That's what you want. So there we go. All righty. Okay, I will have her put the list in the description box after the live. Okay, yes, I can do that. Lisa's going to help me out and let me know what you need, okay? All right, friends, I'll see you on Wednesday. We'll back here to create some cards, and then starting Monday night is sneak peeks. Bye, friends. Have a wonderful night.